Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Tuesday morning. Kind of the quiet before the storm here, because tomorrow is when things turn much more active. We've got lighter northerly winds, not too bad. Some thick clouds in the southeast moving away. There are a lot of upper level thinner clouds. They're a little bit thicker to the west, and those are going to move through for a time today. So we're going to call it a partly cloudy day, although at times it may be mostly sunny. Winds will turn more east and northeasterly later on today, but not too strong. Overnight, then increasing low-level clouds, so with thickening cloud cover and winds that will start to pick up a little bit out of the southeast and become breezy tomorrow morning. Temperatures may actually climb a few degrees later in the night. That said, it's still going to be very cold out there. Wednesday morning, here's 7 a.m. The cold front that has been well advertised is just going to be entering the picture right here in northwest Nebraska. Let's take you through Wednesday morning. Cloud cover. Breezy southerly winds, which will warm things up a little bit for areas here. Minimal moisture, maybe some freezing drizzle out there in some spots. Our cold front at noon tomorrow is going to be about right here. Right in there. So freezing drizzle is probably the biggest concern initially with the front, but there will be maybe a chance of some snow here and there. But the chances of snow will increase in the afternoon as the cold front pushes southeastward. That front should be right about here by 5 p.m. tomorrow. So the end of the afternoon as the sun is going down, the cold front into southeast Nebraska, northern Kansas. There will be areas of snow, but more importantly, blowing snow due to strong north and northwest winds. The temperatures will be plunging tomorrow afternoon as that cold front dives southward. They will really take the plunge tomorrow night. So getting cold tomorrow night and more snow. This is probably when the bulk of the snow falls, is Wednesday evening, especially around the Tri-Cities area. This is not going to be a major snow event, but the problem is winds are going to be gusting 35, 40, 45 miles per hour. So whiteout conditions are a possibility. Even if this were a heavy snow event, we would be talking about a significant blizzard. But that said, we're probably talking about some impacts. It's going to be tough to see out there. There's not going to be a ton of snow, so I don't think we're going to be talking about tons of drifting of snow. But it's the blowing snow that's probably going to be the biggest problem. The second other big problem is going to be the bitterly cold air, and combined with those winds, dangerously cold wind chills. Midnight, the snow starting to end in the Tri-Cities, but the heaviest snow now falling southeast Nebraska and north central to northeast Kansas. That's when the bulk of the snow falls. This will be the highest totals here. This is where probably the worst travel conditions will be, is right here around midnight tomorrow night. 3 a.m., the snow is now exiting southeast Nebraska, and the rest of us, it's just bitterly cold and maybe still some blowing snow. Even when the snow is done, blowing snow could still be a problem. This is Thursday morning now, blowing snow and dangerously cold wind chills. Snowfall totals not expected to be major with this. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4 inches of snow, maybe 5 in the south and southeast. So not a significant snow, but with the snow flying, blowing snow will be a big problem even once the snow is done. As of right now, it's just winter storm watches out. No warnings or advisories yet. Winter storm watches are out. They start at various times. First in the northwest starting at 6 a.m., starting at noon here, starting at Wednesday morning in the southwest, starting Wednesday evening farther south and east. They will end at various times as well. Could end Thursday evening here, Friday night in the northeast, Friday night in the northwest, and I believe that's Friday night here. So while the snow ends tomorrow morning, the blowing snow could be a problem all the way through Friday. So we could see several days of blowing snow still being a problem. Then, of course, there's the cold. Let's talk about the next few days first. Highs today, if we're lucky, 20 degrees in the Tri-Cities. I'm a little pessimistic. I don't even know if we'll get there. It's going to be a cold day today, but it's going to get worse. Tonight, lows, single digits, below zero up north, some lower teens. These temperatures may come up a few degrees, though, towards sunrise tomorrow. Highs tomorrow, about as good as it gets for the next several days here. Teens up north, 20s and 30s for the rest of us. But you can see it to the northwest, that colder air. And in fact, temperatures will be dropping here during the afternoon as that cold air dives southeastward. Thursday morning, these are your actual air temperatures. Teens below zero, some 20s below off to the northwest. That's not even factoring in the winds. We'll show you the wind chills in just a bit. Highs on Thursday, bitterly cold. Barely anybody gets above zero. Most of us will stay in the single digits below zero for highs, some teens below off to the northwest. But, of course, That's not even factoring in the winds. Now, a lot of things going on with this wind chill map here, this wind chill advisory map. This is a wind chill watch here. Basically treat it like the same, a wind chill warning. It just hasn't been switched to a warning yet. Everybody under a wind chill warning. Already up here to the north, though, it's already in effect right now. For the rest of us, it goes into effect tomorrow night, so midnight, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, midnight. And we'll continue all these areas until Saturday at noon. Wind chills are going to get cold. Look up north. Already dangerously cold up north. This is tomorrow. This is tonight. But then look what's coming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night and a Thursday morning, 30s, 40s, and 50s below zero. This is ridiculous type cold. You do not want to be out in this stuff here, so it's best to stay inside. And if you have to be out, you have to be covered up. You cannot let your extremities be exposed to this cold air for too long, more than maybe 5-10 minutes, because frostbite can start to settle in when you have wind chills of 45 to 55 below zero. During the day, Thursday and Thursday night into Friday morning, doesn't get a whole lot better. Maybe some 20s below instead of 30s below. That's about as good as it gets. And even Friday and Friday night, Saturday morning, still going to be dangerously cold. I didn't bring this model out past Friday morning, but you get the picture basically. It's going to stay this way until Saturday morning when we start to finally warm up a little bit and at least get out of the deep, deep freeze. So today cold. Tomorrow still cold, but better. But the winds will start to crank up. The winds really won't get too bad until the end of the afternoon into the evening. As for moisture, again, maybe some freezing drizzle in the morning, early afternoon, but more of this is going to fall in the afternoon, evening hours as it becomes more snow than anything. The bulk of the snow falls right there, Wednesday evening. Still some after midnight, but most of the snow wrapping up by 3 a.m. That said, blowing snow is still going to be a problem Thursday night, and possibly Friday before the winds finally calm down Friday night. Bitterly cold air, but of course I've already showed you what the wind chills are going to do. The wind chills will be dangerously cold. Christmas Eve, we start off very cold. We only get to 15 for a high, but it's better. The sun will be out. It's better, but it's still cold out there. Christmas Eve night, if you're out looking for Santa, make sure you're bundled up. It's still going to be cold. Even if it's not this right here, it's still going to be cold. Christmas Day, we do warm up quite a bit, despite what looks to be a mostly cloudy day, and there is a chance of a light wintry mix. Snow that might even change to rain as it warms up, so we'll have to keep an eye on that at least for Christmas Day. That could impact at least some travel here. Of course, speaking of travel, your best travel time is probably going to be Christmas Eve. If you happen to be traveling these next couple days, it's a little dicey. It gets a little better, but we could still see some blowing snow in here depending on how much snow falls. All right, Christmas Eve I talked about already. There's your light wintry mix. Christmas Eve night into Monday. That's not bad, especially where we've been. Monday itself, still kind of chilly, but not bad, close to average. Breezy conditions out there. Long range, we will be seeing a nice rise in temperatures during the week between Christmas and New Year's. So as I bring up that map here, you'll see temperatures getting back above average. If this map ever loads, there you go. We could get back into the 40s next week, maybe even some 50s. There are signs of some mild air returning to the area. Let's go back real quick here. Here it comes. Here's the cold air for Wednesday night and a Thursday. Still very cold Friday. Saturday's a little bit better. Christmas Day better yet. A little shot of cold air with that moisture that comes Sunday. So Sunday night into Monday maybe a little cooler or struggling to warm at least. But then the real warm air, the mild air starts to settle in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. And it looks like it should stick around. We might get a little bit of cooler air by the end of next week. But the one thing I'll point out, while a little cool air may start to move in the end of next week, look up north. There isn't any of that purple up there coming in. So hopefully before New Year's we stay at least decent out there. Next week looks a lot better than this week. So a lot of kids are home on Christmas break. Not too bad. The other thing I'll mention real quick as I wrap things up, there are a lot of school closings for those that were supposed to maybe get out on Thursday or have their last day of school on Thursday or even Friday. Some schools are closing before that now and may end after tomorrow. So check your latest local school closings and things like that. And of course, there's going to be a lot of different movement of local high school basketball and wrestling and other sporting events and things like that. So also you're going to have to check with your local schools for that as well. Well, I do have to let you all go, but I want to thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we're just getting started with the bitter cold, the snow, and the wind. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.